Hey guys, so I finally saw the film The Happening by M. Night Shyamalan or whatever his name is. we know the guy anyway. So basically I saw that this was on and I thought, you know what, I'll record it and watch it later. So The Happening. Oh, okay, where do I start? So first off, the whole premise of this film is basically there's this kind of toxin that's kind of, you kind of probably know the plot, that's in the atmosphere and everything, and it's causing people to commit suicide. So that's the whole premise of it. So they don't know why it's happening, they're kind of running away from it. I thought this film would be good to watch during this time, so because it has some elements um like obviously running away, because this current situation, technically we are trying to run away from a virus we can't see, so so you know what I mean, kind of similarity. It's funny because there's one part um near the end, this is a little bit of a spoiler, where there's like a news what's it, and it was on about how some people reckon it's from um it got released from an army place, not from an army place, from um from a factory thing. You know what I mean? That make biochemical things for, that sort of thing, which is pretty funny because at the minute people reckon that this virus that's happening now is from China's house that does bio thing and accidentally leaked, that sort of thing. So anyway, the the problem with this film is it's a film that you don't know, it's a film that's confusing. It doesn't know what it wants to be taken as, because it just, when I mean like that, like, is it a comedy? Is it meant to be a comedy, or is it meant to be serious? Because it's just, there's that sort of thing, like it switches between the two and you just don't know what it's trying to do. Like if it's trying to be serious, it fails at that. It's trying to be funny, it fails at that, because it's not obviously towards the kind of overly, funny sort of thing where some movies, you know what I mean? A bit like, I don't know, Scary Movie, for example. Um, Obviously, that's a totally different genre and everything like that. But you get what I mean, where it doesn't know what it wants to be, and it's confusing. The directions are confusing. It's, the whole thing is just confusing. It's like doing it. I'm not a writer, so I don't necessarily know, but it looks like, when you come up with an idea, I'm guessing this is what happens as a writer, when you, and as a director, or not so much a director, more as a writer, when you come up with an idea, you just write or everything down, your ideas and stuff like that. But then then you look at it and then you kind of make it as it is. But it looks like it wasn't even refined at all. It looks like it's just full on someone's ideas that they decided to clump together, not bother like sort of refining it and chucking it at the screen. That's what it feels like. It just feels so confusing, and it's just, that happens. It's just, and the acting as well from Mark, it's like it makes it come across as a comedy, but not comedy, but a comedy that's trying to be serious. It's just confusing. It's one of those things where it's a great idea, but the execution was just bad. It's just bad because you don't know, as I said, you don't know how to take this film, because either way, if it's meant to be a funny comedy, it's failed at that. And I know it's not meant to be a comedy, but let's just say you watch it and think, you know what, it's not stupid, maybe it's a funny stupid thing, but it fails at that, and it fails at being serious as well. It's just a load of ideas jumbled together, stuck together, and then just chucked at a film. So for that, it's not something I'd get on DVD, unfortunately. Obviously, I knew going into it, not many people liked it, but obviously people have different tastes, and some films that people don't like, I actually like Batman v Superman. I actually don't find that actually too bad. I did a review on that, but this one I can understand, because it's just a jumbled mess. It is literally a jumbled mess, which is a shame, because it could have been great. It could have been a good sort of like serious film, or you could even took it to the comedy route. But it's just a confusing film that didn't know what it wanted to be. If I was to rate it out of 5, honestly, a 2. I don't give it a 1 because it's a bit too harsh, so I'm going to give it a 2. Just because it is a solid idea, it just was executed really badly. As I said, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but as I said, final thoughts. It's a film that doesn't know what it wants to be. You're either going to be funny, you're going to be serious. It's just confusing to have it both ways, but even both ways, the execution was bad. Mark, including with Mark's acting, is kind of, it was kind of, he was, he it was bad. Let's just say it was bad because he was just the whole thing was a mess. Let's be honest. And I know he can't act because I've seen him in other films, so I can't. It's obviously the direction of what the director or the writer or what. Either way, it just no. It unfortunately it's just bad. So that's it for this review. So bye, guys. I forgot. I thought I'd add. Is it the worst film by M. Shyamalan? So there's another film that was pretty bad, which I fooled myself saying it was great, and then I accepted it is boring as fuck. That's Lady in the Water, which is worse. Honestly, Lady in the Water is better than The Happening, just because at least it has a plot. Okay, it's boring, but it's got a cut through throat plot, and it knows what it's doing. Where The Happening is just fucking messy, as it just yeah. I just thought I'd add that because I forgot that I've also seen Lady in the Water. I think it's called Lady in the Water. And I thought, is that the worst one by M. Shyamalan that I've actually seen? No. This is it. This is the worst film I've ever seen in my life. Yes, Lady in the Water was the worst movie I've ever seen. I put it as the worst movie just because it's bad when you try and find bits in it that's good, but then in reality you realise it after watching it a few times it's boring as fuck. But yeah, this Happening is probably the worst film I've ever seen. Yeah.